morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody, wherever you are in this beautiful universe. My name is Louis, and this is Royal Productions. Welcome back. If this is your first time, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. It helps with the algorithm, get the message out to more people. Y'all know that. Hit that like button. Now, first off, I want to start this off by saying thank you to Crab Friend and JF91 for the crowns. Remember, your mind is your crown. That's all I ask. Just drop a crown down in the comments. It lets me know you guys got this message, and it helps me continue to make these videos because you guys actually receptive to what I'm putting out. Okay, so thank you guys, appreciate it. Now let's get into these markets really quick. Now we're gonna start off with gold because we already know gold runs the world right now. So does oil, but we don't really care about oil over here. We care about these spots. So the gold sitting at an all-time high right now, 21. Then we have the DXY at 103. We have Bitcoin at 68. It's getting close to its all-time high. Not yet completely there, but it's getting there. And it looked like it broke it here, but we're not quite there. As soon as it breaks this resistance, then we might see a whole bunch of things happening. All right, moving on to Ethereum, 38. That's moving. XRP at 64, still ranging. XLM at 14 cents. It hit 15, I believe. Came back down. XPR, not even a cent yet, but it's having a little rally right now. And I'm going to cover some videos, some articles from yesterday in this video. So just keep that in mind. Might drop another video later today to get some information for today. I took the weekend off to handle some family stuff, but we're back. Flare sitting at 4 cents. Algo sitting at 25 cents. ADA sitting at 77 cents. HBAR at 12 cents. Now we're going to go down here, check these out. AJAX sitting at 86 cents. AGI sitting at 24 cents. It's getting close to its all-time high. So let's check it out real quick. An all-time high for it is 31 cents. Look at this. This was a beautiful investment if you got in back here. But, moving on. Doge is sitting at 18 cents. And then let's check out Pepe because we're going to cover an article later on Pepe. So I want you guys to see what you can actually do in this market if you invest for the long run. You know what I mean? You can degen, do what you want, but understand that the long game is always the best game. Okay, so in the last week, it's up almost about 300%, and that's an amazing investment if you got into that. Then the last month, it's up almost 700%. Okay, so just know what's happening. You're not gonna get rich in this market unless you take the long route. You might get lucky on some of these coins, but in the end, it's really about DCAing. It's really about continuing to compound your interest. You know what I mean? So let's get into these articles really quick. So basically, judge in the Coinbase insider trading case says secondary market sells worse securities transactions. So basically, this article reads. Remember, these articles will be in the description below, so you guys can go check out the description and read these for yourself. So basically, what this article is explaining that in July of 2022, the SEC filed a complaint accusing Ishan Wahai, however you say his name, it's a weird name, of giving his brother and a friend Samir Rahman confidential information about which crypto assets were to be supported by Coinbase. So that was insider trading, and they actually got flagged for that. So basically, you guys know how it is. Once a coin gets put onto a certain platform, then there's going to be a lot more, volume coming into that coin. So that's a security. They basically told their friend and a couple of others within the company that this is what we're going to be doing here. We're going to add this coin, this coin, this coin. And of course, they invested in these coins ahead of time. And then, of course, probably made profit on the back end. That is illegal. But the thing about it is some of these articles today are going to be in the negative area. But it's all about perspective. We have to understand that it's 2024 and a lot's going on with crypto. Okay, we've had this market around since 2008, 2009, and we haven't had no clarity. We haven't had no type of, regulation or just laws so we can actually do what we want. Even the tax laws for crypto are kind of bad right now. Okay, just keep that in mind. All right, make sure you do your taxes because they will come for your money, straight up. All right, moving on. U.S. lawmakers fight CBDC advocate crypto custody for banks. Law decoded. So basically, this article is twofold. It's one article, but there's two parts to it. Okay, So basically, 5 senators have joined to fight President Joe Biden's plan to issue a digital dollar. Joe Biden's about to be out the back door, and he's trying to make this law for CBDC. But basically, these 5 senators, Ted, Bill, Rick, Ted again, and Mike, are basically trying to introduce a bill called the CBDC Anti-Surveillance State Act. So basically, Joe Biden is trying to get the Federal Reserve as CBDCs. And basically, they say this bill goes explicitly against the Federal Reserve's authority to offer certain products or services directly to an individual, to prohibit the use of central bank digital currency for monetary policy and for other purposes. Now, the most important thing here is other purposes. So imagine if the Federal Reserve had a CBDC. Remember, all this is tracked, what you buy, and there's AI built into these algorithms. So you have to understand that they'll know the milk you buy, like we said the other day, the flowers you buy, anything you do with your money, they'll know. It's a good and bad thing. For me, the Federal Reserve having a CBDC is bad. I like CBDCs because it'll help a lot with payments and things like that. Okay, but the second part of this article basically says that they're trying to basically the SEC put out the SEC staff accounting bill number 121 introduced in March 2022 is a set of guidelines requiring institutions that custody crypto assets to record crypto holding as a liability on their balance sheets. So that's the thing about it right now. A lot of banks do not want to have custodial access to digital assets, and it's because they will be liabilities. All right. If you're a big bank and you're moving millions of dollars, you don't want to have liabilities on your balance sheet. Okay. You want to mitigate that as much as you can. But with this this bill that the SEC passed back in 2022, they have to put them on their record as a liability. And no one wants to really do that, right? Okay. So basically this article reads that they want to stop that from happening, the CBDC part of it, and then also this part right here where they're trying to overturn the SAB 121. We'll see what happens. All right, moving on. So basically this is some more fear, I guess you guys can say. But basically by the end of April, the UK will have authority and have power to confiscate crypto assets from the public. And that's pretty dangerous. You know what I mean? So basically, the law also provides an avenue for the UK authorities to seize crypto or specific fiat value from exchanges or crypto asset service providers. So remember, like you guys always hear, and if this is your first time hearing it, then understand what it means. Not your keys, not your crypto. Okay, so if you don't hold your coins offline and in your own ledger wallet or whatever wallet you decide on using, remember, not financial advice, just make sure that you understand this, especially being, I think this is anywhere. It's not just the UK. This is one of those things where if the UK is starting to get away with it, then other countries are going to start implementing this as well. Trust and believe. They all follow suit. But basically, they have the power to take your money out of exchanges and other asset service providers. I don't know exactly how far it can go as far as it when it comes to your own crypto wallet, but I'm pretty sure that they'll find a way to backtrace the money you have in a ledger or whatnot and take that. So just keep that in mind. By the end of April this year, you guys, remember 2024 is going to be huge for crypto. Moving on. So Tether releases blockchain recovery plan as USDT hits 100 billion market cap. So this right here is one of those things where, remember, like I said before, they have to tell you what's going to happen before they actually do it. And this article basically reads, according to a new press release, Tether is making improvements to increase both blockchain resilience and user protection in a worst case scenario. Now this is twofold. This is for protection and also a worst case scenario. So pause the video and think about what's the worst case scenario that could happen with Tether. All right. Some of us already know that they don't even do proper audits. So maybe that could be one scenario, but it's one of those things where know what you're holding, know the pairs that you have, understand what is backed by USDT. So we have a lot of money in this market right now, over $100 billion that has not been audited or have been through the proper channels to get, proper regulations and whatnot. So this is just one of those things where it's like, we're telling you something's going to happen. Now, I'm not going to say it's going to happen for sure, but it's one of those things to always keep in mind. All right. So moving on to the next article. So basically, this article states here that everything's good right now. There's a lot of FOMO. A lot of people are coming in with the ETFs. They don't want to miss Bitcoin rising to 100,000, 1 million. You know, it could happen. I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but it's one of those things where you never know with this market. This is still early, young, in the infant stages of a financial system. Like, it's a baby still. We don't know what's going to happen with crypto. It could all go to zero and nobody ever wants crypto again. But it's one of those things to keep in mind right now. So basically, the phase of face melting FOMO now underway for Bitcoin, according to quant analysts Plan B. So basically, this article reads that, you know, a lot could happen, like I just said, but there also can be a massive rally as well as a 30% dip. Well, dips. It makes it plural because it's one of those things where a correction is coming. We're almost at all-time high, and we're not even at the halving yet. Okay. So let's take a look at Bitcoin really quick and see what a 30% dip would look like from where we're at now. Okay. So, and that's the thing about it. Look at the charts, understand what they're saying in these videos, and know, you know, what's ahead. So let's just take this ruler from the high of where we're at now, 69,349. So let's take it right here, and a 30% correction or dip, it said. It could be multiple, like it said. It could go a lot lower, could go higher. So this is about 30% right here. So you'd be looking at the range from 45 to 48 from where it's at now, from where it stands. So it's one of those things to keep in mind. Take profit, you guys. Don't get greedy. At least take your initial investment. All right? Don't be greedy. Take some money, feed your family, do something nice for yourself. It'll feel better. Trust me. All right? Moving on. So this is some better news, okay? I know this is all doom and gloom article, but this is some better news, okay? And remember, this is not going to happen to everybody. This is one of those things where if you know the tokenomics, if you understand a certain coin and you trust in it, then trust your intuition, invest in it. You know, not financial advice, but it's one of those things. Here is a perfect example of what can happen to you personally. You remember, if the earlier you invest, the more money you make in the long run. Okay, if you wait until you're 50 to start investing, then you'll make some money, but it would be different if you started when you were 30 or 20. You know what I mean? So basically, a Pepe investor flips 3,000 to 32 million. Okay, and you guys can go through this article and see exactly what happened. But whoever this is, he, she, or them, they, I'm not sure. You know, but they basically spent 3,000 and invested in Pepe and got 49 trillion coins. You know, the tokenomics for this coin are for me. I'm invested, but I'm not really one of those people who are ride or die. You know what I mean? Because it's just, that's a lot of tokens, and it's like, what can you really do with that? What's the actual utility? I'm more a utility based person. You know what I mean? So I love Pepe. I love the meme behind it, and maybe in the future, like I said before in one of the recent videos, that maybe Pepe will be a character in the metaverse, and the only way you can get a Pepe is if you have the coin. So it's one of those things for me where it's like, yeah, you don't want to miss opportunities, but at the same time, know what you're getting into. But basically, this person took out about 2 million in profit. Like I said, take your profit, and now he's sitting up pretty. He still has 30 million in his bag, and this is the transactions and all that. So you guys can go and see here. Remember, blockchain is everyone can see it. So remember, it's like we were talking about the Fed earlier. Everybody can see the transactions. Okay, so if the Fed is watching these transactions and they know what's happening, there's no way of escaping from taxes. Okay, so it's good and bad, but that's what I have for you guys today. I appreciate the love, and don't forget, drop a crown down below. Even if you don't like the video, it takes like 5 seconds to drop a crown, and I appreciate it. All right, love y'all. Have a good day.